technique session again today. I'm going to do bench. I'm going to get the help from Tom again. He's doing some bench as well. And deadlift. Rows, deadlift. He's doing rows. I just got here, but he's just up to his heavy bench. I'm going to help him with that, and then I'm going to get started. So let's see what happens. Dogs have got their peanut butter. Hey! Hey, Merlin! He's just licked all the floor. What are you chewing on? You keep Merlin. Keep them pointed out, and they're like really pointed out.
I actually sort of super well like so should I keep them straight-ish? Kind of like to the floor and push the quad. So from here, and the quad.
So another technique session done. What you just watched was my bench session. I think the biggest thing really was foot placement. I've had a bit of a problem with getting my feet actually flat on the floor, so I did actually swap my shoes back and forth between flat and heeled quite a bit in the video. This is obvious because my heeled shoes are bright pink and my flat ones are black. So we kind of played around with that, and then foot positioning. And then the other thing really was just what I was thinking about on the way down, and actually really utilising my legs, because I think although I do use them, obviously, I'm not using them as much as I should be. I guess that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I think with my foot placement, the biggest thing holding me back is that my mobility in my ankles isn't very good.
Yeah, your lateral movement, so like that.
Yeah, so I struggle to keep my whole foot on the floor when I'm pressing, when I'm setting up in bench. So that's what we were kind of playing around with to try and fix that. So yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, if you can't get your whole foot on the floor, you're less stable, aren't you? So, at the start, we needed to try and get more of her foot flat on the floor because she was very caved in like that because of the lack of lateral mobility through her ankle. But there's like a catch-22 where, because of your back injury, there's only so much that you can arch through your lumbar spine before you start to get pressure through there. So it's can we get more of the foot flat without putting too much pressure on your back?
Yeah.
And then getting the foot flat is going to let you use them better. So we weren't really getting a lot of leg drive, were we? So what we were trying to cue was on the way down on the bench is to actually physically pull the hip down the bench with the hamstrings, like a leg curl movement.
Yeah.
And that's essentially like pulling a rubber band back then. And then what happens is because the hamstrings are tight and you've been pulled slightly down the bench, then when you go to press, then you can drive through the quads, and you've actually got a bit of room then that you can push up the bench and get more momentum through the leg drive. But if you haven't got a stable foot placement, you haven't got enough purchase on the ground to actually do that properly. So that was the main goal of it, which we got better.
Yeah, it's better, definitely better.
It's still not ideal, but I don't think it's ever going to be perfect for you, sadly.
The biggest reason why my mobility in my ankles isn't great is because of what I had Sever's disease when I was a teenager. So unfortunately, no matter how much mobility work I do, that's something I'm never going to be able to fix. So it's just almost working around it, which hasn't held me back thus far. But you know, if I want to get a bigger bench leg drive, if I can get more leg drive, that's going to be the biggest thing at this point for me. So yeah, but we definitely made some improvements. So I'm going to like stick with the things that we went over.
Well, you're actually moving up the bench when you drive through your legs.
Yeah.
Now, which she wasn't before. So when she was getting it right, you can act visually, just see her kind of shuffle down and then up as she does the reps, which is what we want, which is what we weren't getting at the beginning.
Yeah, you can see in the video that I actually start to get quite a stiff back from arching so much, and I think trying to use my legs and changing position a bit more just.
Definitely. Well, I mean, it's just a sign that you're arching harder, which means it's probably actually a good thing, but it's to a point where you can still do it regularly without harming it.
So some definite changes that hopefully should improve my bench over the next few months as I prep for the Kern. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like it and subscribe and watch out for the next videos. See you soon.